my channel. Today's video is going to be my foundation routine. I'm going to do foundation, concealer, highlight, contour, blush, all that good stuff in this video. So if you want to see how I got this nice, simple, pretty, smooth running foundation, just stay tuned and keep watching. First thing I'm going to do is take my Pond's cold cream and mix it with my coconut oil. I have super duper duper dry skin, so these two together, y'all, when I tell you my skin is dry, my skin is dry, like dry. It really sucks though. Like I don't wish I had oily skin because I would probably get annoying, but having dry skin in the wintertime, that's no fun either. So I'm just gonna rub it together. Coconut oil is perfect. I put this in my hair, I put this on my skin, I put it on my eyebrows, I put it on my eyelashes. Like, it's perfect. I only recommend this for people with dry skin, because if you have oily skin and you're using oil, that probably won't be too good. See, I'm just making sure this is all rubbed in, and then we're gonna start. So I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm gonna just speed up the process for my eyebrows because I already have a tutorial on that, so it'll be kind of repetitive if I spend like 5 or 10 minutes doing my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna speed through starting now. Now that my eyebrows are done, I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn. So this is my foundation. I have yet to find like the perfect foundation shade for me, so I do use a concealer as my foundation. Whatever. But if you notice, the top is off, so I noticed when they're like this, it's pretty liquidy. So what I discovered a long time ago, but what I discovered is I basically cut the half off, or cut it into 2 pieces, the other pieces in my bathroom. So I cut it into 2 pieces, and it makes the concealer much thicker in the inside, so it actually feels like a foundation and not like a thin concealer, as it is when it's like in this normal, you know, in the normal tube that it came in. So that's something that I do. Fun fact. So I just take this little brush, and I'm just gonna put foundation all over my face. And I just do up and down motions. Oh my god, I have a dark spot right here. Yes, you need to go. Bye, Felicia. And on my forehead. Does anyone else get like random bruises or random spots in their face? And it won't be like a pimple or anything. It'll just be like, I don't know, a mole or something like that. And you don't know where it came from. I can't be alone because there's something on my forehead that's like that. So yeah, I'm just putting this all over my face, literally painting my face. Don't forget your neck. Please don't forget the neck. And I go by my ears a little bit too. Okay, so honestly, it looks like a lot of foundation, but I don't feel like it is. And another thing that I don't do, I don't put the foundation under my eyes because we're going to use concealer, so I don't like to put product on top of product basically. So I try to leave under my eyes, you know, like bare or whatever. So no foundation goes under my eyes. And I'm just going to start blending, and I'm going to use Real Techniques foundation brush. It's the buffing brush to be exact. I wish I had like a topic I can talk to you guys about. So my talk throughs won't be boring. I hope they're not boring. I did another one, or my last talk through, my only talk through thus far before I upload this one. It was the day to night makeup look, and I got copyrighted. So I'm like actually in the process after I do this video. I'm gonna go edit out the music that I did so I won't have copyright in that video. I was so sad. Like, the editing out the music is gonna take so long, and I'm already knowing that it is. So I'm not looking forward to that, and hopefully I can actually be able to edit it out, because as of right now I did like a mini edit, if that makes sense, and it muted like 90% of my video. So my title says talk through, but you just see me like moving my lips like I am now, and of course there's no sound. So I'm really upset about that. So if anyone is like clicking on the video right now or watching the video, you're gonna be like, how is this a talk through but Randy not talking? I know, it's false advertisement. So yeah, I'm just blending my foundation. I do pat it in. I don't like streak it or rub it in. I just like to pat it in, and it looks flawless so far. Now this is gonna be like my everyday foundation routine. If I were going out, I would put another layer of my foundation, concealer, whatever. I'd put another layer, but since this is just everyday, I don't want it to be like, you know, super cakey. So this one layer is honestly enough for me. Next, concealer time. So I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Warm Honey, putting this under my eyes. I'm gonna put it underneath my nose. I'm gonna put it down the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna sprout it out on my forehead. Get a little bit more. You guys, I love this concealer so much. Oh my god. I do hope though, like one day, I'm sure I will, and I haven't just ventured out, I'm gonna find an actual foundation, not use a concealer as my foundation. But until that day happens, or until I get comfortable enough to go get shade matched or something, I'm gonna keep using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn. Why did I say it like that? In the color Fawn as my foundation shade. So yeah, just like making basically triangles, literally just triangles. The triangle technique. Underneath my eyes. And then I'm gonna start blending it. So to blend my concealer, I'm gonna use my Real Techniques body sponge, I believe the name is called. I'm just gonna blend that. I feel like you can either wait until the concealer gets a little bit tacky to start blending it, which is what I just did, or you can go straight in, like once you put the top on, go straight in. But I do prefer it to be a little bit tacky. Granted, I don't have like extreme dark under eyes or dark circles or anything like that, so I don't need to let it get tacky. But if you do, that's what I would suggest. Or if you don't, like me, you can just wait till it gets tacky just so it can get a little bit thicker, and so you can have fuller coverage. That's another thing to think about. Why do I feel like I'm breathing hecka hard? Y'all, if in this video I sound like I'm out of breath, let me know. That means I need to go to the gym. I should not be breathing like I just walked up 10 flights of stairs with 12 grocery bags on top of my head. That's funny. I'm just gonna continue to blend. It's just boring. I'm gonna fast forward it. So I usually do not bake I know that may be weird for some. But again, I have dry skin, so I feel like it's not necessary for me to bake, you know? I mean, the color payoff is already good with this concealer, so I usually don't bake, but for video purposes, and when I do go out, I sometimes bake, but I usually don't bake. But I'm going to bake today. I'm going to use my Benai banana powder and just put some here in the top. Usually I have a tub that it's in, but I don't feel like getting it. Therefore, I'm just going to put some in the top, just like that. And then I'm going to take this little powder brush, because that's what the name's going to be for right now. I randomly got this off eBay. So shake the excess off. Shake, I can't speak. Shake the excess powder off. And I'm not going to bake necessarily. When I hear the term bake, I think of leaving it on, like going to do dishes or something, like letting it actually sit on your face and bake. So again, because I do have dry skin, I'm just going to put it on there and then swipe it off or wipe it off. So just dip and swipe, or wipe. I'm sorry, I keep saying swipe. Swipe your nose, swiping. Oh man, anyone else as a kid used to watch Dora? Or if you have kids, do they watch Dora? Does it still come on? I don't have any kids or anything, so I wouldn't know. So again, putting it on there and swiping it away. I do wish that I can like full on bake, but for the 90th time, I have dry skin. So I have baked before, don't get me wrong. Like I know how to do it and everything. But when I did it, let me tell y'all, it did not end well. Like I took a picture. I was like, okay, maybe it's a powder. I took a picture. Flashback, it was dry. So I changed powders. It wasn't this one. I changed powders. And the banana didn't have flashback, but again, it was still super dry. Like I felt when I went out, I felt like my skin was flaking and cracking. Granted, it really wasn't like, it wasn't like peeling, like scaling or anything, but the way it felt, I didn't like that. So it's not even worth it in my case to put myself through that, to be walking around at night, or if I'm going out in the daytime thinking like, oh my god, let me keep checking my face, because I don't want to be having dry patches or anything. And it is still winter. I know, like Vegas, one thing about Vegas, the weather is super bipolar. Like yesterday was 74 degrees, and today the high was 50 or 51 or 40, one of those numbers. The point is, it went down 20 or 30 degrees. So it's cold here. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's warm. Our foundation, we've highlighted, we've baked. Next, I'm going to do my contour. So I'm going to be using this Black Radiance concealer stick. The number is 8003. So it's just looks like this. And I'm just going to contour. I do the little funny looking kissy duck face, so you can see exactly where it should go. This is hard to do and say and talk at the same time. I don't put it right here, but I make that as my starting mark, so I know exactly where to go. So same thing on the side. I'm in my nose. I'm gonna do it really light here. You don't want a heavy nose contour. Although I'm sure we would all love to have a super snatched nose, like we went to the doctor for it, but you don't want to make it too dark and make it look like, okay, really, we know that you obviously use something, girl, to make your nose like that. Your nose is not really like that. So yeah, I'm just following the bridge of my nose. That's it. I did my cheeks, I did above my eyebrows, I did my other cheek, and I don't do under here. I know a lot of people do, but I don't feel the need for it. It's kind of unnecessary to me, but to each his own. So I'm just gonna blend that, and I'm gonna take my Morphe M439 brush. I usually use the Morphe M439 as my foundation brush, but today I just use the Real Techniques, but you can switch on and off, whatever. Doesn't matter, but I'm going to use this one now to contour. So back at it again with the little duckfish face. And this contour shade is maybe, what, 2 shades darker than my skin tone, so it's not like super extreme. Like right now, I feel like you can't even really see it. But again, this is everyday, so I don't really care to be like, boom, popping out there, looking like a baddie or whatever. So this will do. If I wanted it to be a little bit darker, I would just go like a little bit more heavy with it. But every day, you don't need to be looking all snatched every day. Some people do, but I'm a simple gal, so not I. Shoot, I'd be good with just popping on some eyelashes, eyebrows, and calling it a day. But of course, as a girl, we want to look pretty. We always want to look pretty, right? Nothing wrong with it. And plus, makeup is fun to me, so I actually enjoy doing it. Now, when I go out, I have to do a going out makeup look. When I go out, I feel like I go ham. Like, I use extra this, extra that. I go heavy with this, heavy with that. I'm like looking at my products now. Like, I use a lot of concealer. I may actually bake. I'm heavy-handed with the contour, like my blush. Well, I'm always heavy-handed with my blush. I love blush, but y'all get the point. So yeah, I'm just blending my contour now. I feel like you can see it better on this side. Maybe it's the light. I don't know. Okay, that's it. Next, I'm gonna take my Bare Minerals Blemish Ready powder foundation in the color Clearly Almond 11. Just taking this powder and just using this as my all over face powder. And I'm gonna use this Real Techniques. I'm gonna assume that it's the powder brush. So I'm just putting a little bit on. And just putting it everywhere. I'm not gonna put it under where my highlight is because I don't want the color to get darker. The whole point of highlighting is to have it a little bit lighter than your skin tone. And this powder is a shade, no, this powder is about the same color as my skin tone. So this is just my setting powder. Put it everywhere. Make sure you get that neck. Don't mess up your eyebrows, ladies. Those are bae. Those are important. Okay, so once my powder's done, then I'm going to go in with my blush. So for blush, I'm going to be using MAC's Raizin blush. I love this blush. This is like an OG classic. I'm going to go in with one more blush. I'm using NYX Double Dare blush. It's orange. Put that on my cheeks. Clearly have an obsession with blush. This is like ridiculous. This one matches my shirt. Cosmetics. And I'm just gonna take this highlight shade, getting my cheeks. Eyebrows and my little nose. Oh my god, it's like liquid gold, y'all. So pretty. My face is done. I'm going to use my face and body mist. It is alcohol free and it's by Bath and Body Works. Spray this all over my face. Okay, now that the face spray is all done and dry, I'm going to go in with my NYX lip liner in the color brown. Just going to line my lips. I love this lip shade. It's perfect. It's like the perfect true brown shade. Not too dark, not too light that it won't show up or anything. I'm going to be using 2 lip glosses. I'm going to be using the Rihanna one and then I'll use the NYX Butter Gloss. So let's take Rihanna Gloss Bomb. This smells so good. I feel like everyone has this, or they've at least wanted it. So if you want it, I recommend it. She has new ones out, of course. This is like the original one. It smells so good. Then I'm going to take NYX Butter Gloss in the color Tiramisu. And these are just pinks. 10 times out of 10, you'll see me wearing some type of pink lip gloss. I just feel like it goes with everything. And putting that right on top. And I love lip gloss, you guys, so much. I don't put as much lip gloss as I do blush, but I could. Oh, it's so pretty. I finished. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.
We spending their night. Let them take the streets. We outside posting. Fuck if the feds watching. Cause say it's time to